One of the most valuable skills for dog agility is a solid start line stay. It sets the tone for your run, gives you time to lead out, and helps you build clear communication with your dog. But let's be real, start line stays can be really challenging, especially at agility trials. Today, I'm going to show you how to build a reliable start line stay using a training platform. Start by luring your dog onto the platform. As soon as the dog's all four paws are on it, mark it with the word yes or click and give them a treat. Repeat this a few times until they're confidently stepping onto the platform. Once your dog is comfortable on the platform, we'll add the stay cue. Ask your dog to sit, then take a small step back. If they stay in position, immediately mark with the word like yes, and then reward. At first, keep the distance short and brief. Gradually increase how far you step back and how long you ask them to stay. Always reward to keep the behavior strong. To keep the behavior strong, always reward your dog while they're on the platform and then give them a release cue. If you give them the release cue, like free or release, and then give them a treat, the treat always comes for them taking off or getting off of the platform. We want to make sure they know that the rewards are coming to the platform and for them to stay on the platform so the rewards can continue to keep coming to them on the platform. Now it's time to up the game. We're going to add an obstacle in front of the platform. This helps your dog understand that the reward isn't just for staying, it's also for staying and then taking the obstacle when you release them. So my first goal with this is, of course, just to have duration while I get myself up to at least the wing of the jump. Then my next goal is to get them to have duration while I get past the wing of the jump. So my first goal is to get to the point where I can walk all the way up to the wing of the jump. It's important in agility because if you have to be, say, behind the wing here, when the dog takes the obstacle, I'm going to have to dodge or move around the wing if they take the obstacle ahead of me. And that just makes it more difficult for me to be successful in my runs for agility. So I'd like to get to a point where I can easily maybe even get a side step away as they stay on the platform. Tommy is offering a nice platform stay, so we'll use it. And then also being able to get all the way up to the wing and him not to release. Now, I didn't tell him to stay, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that now. Like I said before, it's important to reinforce the stay as much as possible on the platform. Eventually, we are going to give him a reward on this side of the jump. We're going to start by always rewarding him here, so he has more value for the stay than he does for taking the obstacle in front. So all I'm doing is getting all the way up to wing side on both sides. Some people only practice their lead outs on one side, and the dog understands that they only do lead outs with you on their right or on their left. So I like to have both. I like being able to get all the way up to the wing here. That's my first goal. Goal 1 accomplished. Goal number 2 being getting past the wing here. Yes, good job. You see how this platform is just making it so much easier for him to be successful. If I can't get him to stay while on a platform, there's no way I'm going to get him to stay while he is running around loose or off the platform. So this is a good indicator for me that eventually I can ask for a stay off the platform as well. And we may have to try that at the end of this video. If he gets off, I'm going to ask him to get back on, tell him to stay, remind him what we're doing here. He's just testing the waters. He's been staying, he's been getting reinforcement. So he's thinking, well, maybe I should get a reinforcement for getting off and taking this obstacle that's in front of me. And I'm just reminding him that I haven't asked you to do this obstacle, so please don't volunteer and do the obstacle for me. You may have a great stay at home, but if you ever try to get your dog to stay in front or behind an obstacle, unless they're at an agility show, some of you guys will have to say no, and some of you guys say yes. So it's something you can practice easily every day. Whether it's cold outside or hot outside or bad weather, this is a game you can set up in your living room and practice and play with your dog. So now that we've done a lot of reinforcement here, I'm going to tell him to jump and then give him a reward on this side. Good boy, super. So as you can see, most of the rewards happened on the platform and only one happened right here past the jump. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get this done without the platform. First, by just doing what I did before, which is just what's called a lateral lead out. I'll do it on the other side here so y'all can see. Sit. Stay. But you see how much more difficult it is for him to stay? He wants to turn his body to me. He wants to move. And he just needs to learn to do it. So, the raised platform on up in the sky was easier for him. And I'm noticing that it's having more difficulty. We're getting there. See, we got a good stay there. And some dogs don't understand that if as soon as they get the cookie, they shouldn't just get up and get out of the stay. So you have to work on that duration factor. Sit, stay. So he just keeps getting out. So you need to work on him knowing that even when you get the cookie, not time to get up yet. Yes, good. So I can just sit here. Sit. Yes. Good. Learn that duration sit is super important. And you can work that on a platform. Sit. Stay. He's not getting it. So he's not getting it. So I'm going to say, okay, you can do it on a higher raised platform. Let's take those legs off. Let's see if we can do it on a lower, not raised platform. Something that's a little bit lower, adding those layers in there. So he couldn't do it just straight on the flat yet, but we're going to see. And so I'm going to make sure I can still keep him in a duration sit. Yes, good boy. Sit. Because of course you can't have a platform at an agility show. I wish you could, right? Stay. It's good. And this is where we're at. So our goal eventually being that maybe I even take this pad that's on top of this climb, this pad that's on top of this platform, and using that as my next step down. Yes, good boy. Or a yoga mat or something like that. Yes. Good job. Super. Wait. So good job. And notice what I'm not doing as well. I'm not doing this. Stay, stay, stay. Look familiar? It actually builds anxiety into the dogs. And there's already so much anxiety and stress inside of an agility trial that adding that extra pressure and please stay is going to make things much more difficult for your dog to be successful. So we've done a really good training session. And sometimes after you've worked stays for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, it's good just to take a break and move on to the next and then try again tomorrow. Step 1, place the dog on the platform and cue them to stay. Step 2, step away and stand near the jump. Step 3, release the dog with their release cue. Take the jump. When your dog takes the obstacle, mark and reward immediately with treats or with toys. This reinforces that taking the obstacle after waiting is what earns the reward. Here's something important to keep in mind. Dogs find obstacles inherently rewarding because they know treats, praise, toys, play follow every successful run. That's why at a trial, staying on the start line can feel extra hard. They're so excited to get to the fun part, like running the course with you, instead of staying in place. The excitement can make it tempting for them to break their stay early. That's why practicing start line stays under increasing levels of distractions like adding obstacles and movement is critical to building reliability in high energy environments. If your dog struggles with their stay, go back a step. Shorten the duration, reduce the distance, or remove the obstacle for now. Remember, every successful repetition builds confidence. You can also vary the rewards. It's like sometimes using high value treats or your dog's favorite toy at the end of the obstacle to make the distraction even harder for the dog, as well as making the stay even more worth it. With practice, patience, and consistency, your dog will learn to rock those start line stays, even in all the excitements of a trial. Take it one step at a time, and don't forget to celebrate every win along the way. Now, grab your platform and start practicing. Your agility runs are about to get even better. If you have any questions or want to know more about dog agility or anything else, please comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for even more awesome dog training content here on the Doggy Dojo. As always, have some fun with your dogs, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.